Yo, what up, fools? Welcome in the most underrated podcast. Sorry, a little late today. The homie Dalpo Antonio, Jalal the producer, chilling in their respective locations as well as we roll through. We continue the quarantine sessions over here. What up, fellas? How you guys doing?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Chilling, man. No complaints. No complaints over here, man, except I'm tired of being fucking quarantined.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm getting sick of coming in here with no music, too. That sucks. Just like coming in the show. Just like, hey, how's it going? We're just
I was thinking about that, too. Yeah, you start singing some tunes and get it in my head. I'm like, damn, it'd be nice to really have some music. Not that yours wasn't bad. You sang it really well.
Oh, before the show, yeah. I was just singing some shit, yeah.
Yeah, I need you to ship me my mixer, man.
Oh, yeah?
I can't drive up there.
I could probably do a curbside for you.
Okay.
You want to do a curbside service?
You mean at your spot or your curb or my curb?
I don't know, wherever. Maybe the Target parking lot curb. How about that?
Because I'm not mobile, so I can't come down there.
That's right.
Or else I would have been grabbed it by now. But yeah, once I get the mixer, we can have music and all that.
Are you trying to be mobile? Do you want to rent out my car for $20 a day?
A day?
$10 a day? Dude, that's like $40 cheaper than a rental. Come on, guy. $10 a day? I think it's a great deal. Stop playing, man.
I don't get any cigarette smoke and all that with the rental though.
Oh, but what? But you want to pay quadruple? That's interesting. All right.
We'll talk.
Joel, your camera I think is vertical. I'll just turn your shit sideways whenever you get a chance. You're not on camera right now because I'm talking anyways. But a lot of people like Court Purple talk in the chat today. What up, chat? Everybody in the chat, man, all the regulars. My man Saint Skinner, Fail Beast, Dalton Ward, John King. The usual suspects in here. Dirty DJ. What up, Paul? Anna Choff. Court Purple's not good quality, good color, good colorway. Dallas, you were just saying right before the show that you were over the shoe. You're like, I'm done with that shoe already. I don't care.
I'm kind of over it, man. Yeah. I'm on to.
Did you get a pair? I don't even remember.
No, I haven't yet. I'm waiting. Like I said, John King and I have money, so I'm doing the right thing by waiting until they're in store.
He did. Well, speaking of that, he just said in the chat that he did some back channel talking, and ain't no way Court Purples are hitting in store.
Well, let's see.
Dog, he did some back channel talking, Dal. What do you think? I mean, yeah, that means you got no chance.
Back channel talking. I don't even know what that means, but let's make America open again. How about that? And then we'll see what's up.
Oh, did you? You were telling me that Trumpy was just doing a press conference right now, and Jalal was like, "Yeah, they got a whole logo for the shit, reopening America." Is it like a celebration, or is it like an announcement, or what's going on? I'm not tuned in.
I caught the last part of it. I don't know if anybody else had any info, but I just caught it as we were about to get on. But I just saw they had a whole logo and everything ready to go.
Yeah. So what I will tell you is, I have a hard time listening to Trump. I think a lot of people do. We've talked about it. He speaks kind of like a third grader. Out of turn in like in school to me. So it's just so hard for me to listen to that guy. But Dr. Fauci was on there, and I don't think he's the best speaker. I don't think he's the smartest guy. He's made mistakes just like everybody has. This is something like we've never seen before. That being said, Dr. Fauci had a couple of cool things to say in terms of takeaways. He was asked, he's like, hey, in the next few months, because what they've done with this announcement here, they've broke it up into different sectors, right? So you have a first sector where, certain states that meet these guidelines and criteria can start opening up. These guidelines and criteria are listed within this address, and it's stuff that you have to read, and that's what I haven't seen. So I can't tell you much about the guidelines and the criteria, but they were talking about that, and there's going to be that for each state. And what we're going to see is if and when these states reach and exceed these guidelines that have been issued, they can start opening up. For example, Montana has already, Trump mentioned Montana today, and Montana has already reached and exceeded those guidelines of whatever it is to open, America back up again. So some of the Dakotas have as well. So what he was saying was, you'll be able to kind of see more of a normality in some of these states. You'll be able to see events start happening. You'll still have your social distancing. You'll still, need to wear masks. But in terms of like venues and concerts and packing places out, I mean, obviously they didn't want to say much to that. Dr. Fauci just basically said, he's like, hey, that's the goal. That's what we'd all like to see. And I think they narrowed it down into like 4 different sectors. And he's like, in the third, I can see that happening. We might have to have like 2 or 3 seats between. You won't have packed arenas. And then obviously until there's a vaccine. So that was some of the stuff that they talked about, but they're really trying to get this bitch opened, and they're going to do it state by state, which makes total sense. Hawaii's doing really well. Montana's doing really well. Some of the Dakotas are doing really well, obviously because they're a little bit more rural. And you're going to see a lot of those states opening up here, starting tomorrow with certain things. So.
I'm trying to see if there's any info. I'm trying to see if there's any info on like our state. I'm scrolling through. They have a whole list here.
That's exactly what I was going to say. How does it impact us specifically, as far as? Because I know there's a lot of stuff that's still out regardless until the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if Colorado is on that list, but as of right now, the April 26th remains in effect. So I don't know if after that will be open, if it goes till May 1st. But as far as right now,
what does open mean too? What is everyone being? Is that means everyone is able to go back to work? Only certain people are able to go back to work. Companies have to start moving things to keep employees further apart.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? It's not everything doesn't just go back right away.
Right. It's a gentle rollout, So obviously you have your essential crew working, your essential crews working right now. But, I think what was specific that is not going to be normality when things open back up is restaurants and places that draw crowds, obviously, right? We're not in a place to be able to separate chairs, separate tables, and to have social distancing yet at those type of places. But yeah, I mean, it's really non-essential companies and people are back to work following, very, very close social distancing rules, and all of these things apply. It's just, it becomes the things that were deemed essential aren't the only ones.
What about people that have to travel for work? What about people that are going cross country, business trips that travel every single week? That's millions of Americans. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
What about those people? They just can't go. That's where it's really, this is,
I even asked him about the borders yesterday, and he was talking about like the Canadian border. And he's like, yeah, like Canada's doing well. So that's one of the borders that we're thinking about, easing restrictions on. And the travel part is what's scary, is because, okay, like state by state, you can look at a state like Montana and be like, all right, they have open areas, people have land, like it might be different for Montana than it is for New York. But when you have somebody from New York traveling to Montana and now there's an outbreak over there or something like that, I think they need to watch the traveling very closely.
Oh, dude, my cousin lives in Montana, and my aunt actually said in the chat, "What up, Aunt Bud? How you doing?" People are flocking to Montana to hold up. It's actually upsetting their governor because it's so rural, and many towns don't have the medical capacity to deal with the virus. So what you're saying is, yes, they have more space, yes, they have more land, all that stuff, but the hospitals, they don't have the hospital capacity. I think she was telling me my aunt was telling me when I was talking to her, or we were having this conversation last week, she was saying they have 2 ventilators in the hospital there. 2.
Wow.
And they were all pissed off because Kelly Clarkson is going out there. Justin Timberlake and his lady are going out there to their ranches. They're that's where they're going. And I guess people are showing up, visiting them from other, not random people, but family. They're having family come through and hang out, whatever. And so, yeah, it's kind of pissing people off. Like a lot of the locals, especially up there, because they're trying to, like I was telling you guys a few episodes ago, like theyose rural areas, they've been waiting for this. They love this. They want everyone to stay away. They want a reason to barricade everyone else. Yeah, stay the F out. This is our shit. Pull out our guns, not let anyone in. That's what they've been waiting for. So they're getting really pissed off up there.
Kanye is going to start breaking out his mini Tonka trucks and running over fools trying to come into Wyoming. You know what I mean? But check it out. So I believe there's 4 stages. Let's just kind of put a button on this because we don't know a lot yet, right? We'll still have to kind of see what happens. But there should be 4 stages. The first stage is really social distancing, just kind of getting back to work, easing into it. I believe stage 2 involved restaurants. So a little bit more crowds, you're packing things on. And I believe there's either a 14 to 20 day pass between each stage at minimum, if that makes sense, right? So before you kind of go to a next stage, I think there's got to be like, it might have even been 20 to 30 days, but I'm going to say 14 to 20 days, I think is what I heard. And then they reevaluate to see how that's going, how that went, and then kind of what the next step is. So 4 stages, 14 to 20 days in between each stage. I think restaurants enter the second stage. Dr. Fauci was saying in the third stage, we might be able to see people in smaller venues, i.e. maybe some bars, maybe some small concert venues, and still, where they're actually seated, where you can actually split up seating and things like that. They didn't get too far into that, and then the fourth stage is pretty much, hey, there's a vaccine and we're, we've got antibodies and we've got vaccines and we're living a normal life to what it was like, September, October, of last year. So that's what I know.
In the chat, Misha, put a button on it. How about a ribbon, maybe? T-Mobile, LOL, Dallism.
Dang.
Wait, isn't put a button on it? Isn't that's a thing?
Nah, I think it's put a bow on it. Put a bow on it, fellas. That's the last thing you do. That's kind of tying it all together. You put a bow on it and then you walk away. I've never heard put a button on it.
Button?
I've never heard the button on it. Never heard the button. You probably heard it from Dal.
I guess.
I'm with the chat. I'm with Misha. I thought it was hilarious myself, but I knew someone would roast Dal for it because it's classic Dal. No.
Put a button on it.
as here's I don't want to be pessimistic. I don't want to be negative about the whole situation, but man, I don't see how, like what you're talking about, Dallas, that seems so unrealistic to me to say, well, we're just going to have a little bit of people go to a restaurant and a little bit of people go to the concert.
Yeah.
Everyone, not a little bit of people. Everyone is going to be dying to get out and everyone is going to want to get out and be the first to get out. I feel like it's going to be very hard to keep a lot of people in, but then, you got people like John King in the chat that are like, yo, you guys go first. Let me know when it's safe. I'm peeking out the blinds. So you got people like that. So maybe I'm wrong, but my instinct is everything is going to be it's overcrowded, overflowing. Look at the stores now. Look how it is now.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see.
I know. I think it's
weird.
I think it's super realistic of you. I don't really see it either. I don't really want to see it, but this economy is tanking. It's going to continually get even worse than what it is. Did you see the latest report today? I believe they came up with it, and unemployment, dude. So another 5.2 million this week. So we're talking 22 million, or roughly 13.5% of the labor force since March 14th, dude. So, I mean, obviously we have to get back to work. This economy, I mean, we've already exceeded essentially they're forecasting what the Great Depression did, or the big recession that we had. This is obviously going to blow it away by the time it all kind of goes away, because it's going to take so long. But 22 million, I mean, I get it. We need to kind of put a little pressure on it and get back to work as much as we can. But I'm with you, man. I'm scared shitless. Like, for me, I'm lucky that I have some money saved away and I kind of chill just a little bit and kind of watch things happen. But like, truth be told, I'm not going to feel good until we have a vaccine. And that's going to be a while, dude. That's going to be like, 18 months is 12 to 18 months before we have, a vaccine, because of all the testing that has to go through with the trials and shit. So for me, I'm like John King, man. I'm just going to watch out the window.
It's only really scary because it's like, we got to trust that the general population is going to be responsible, right? We don't even have the real like resources to do this. We don't have masks. They're saying like, oh, cut up a t-shirt and put it on your face. Like, okay. But it's like, you got to trust that every single person is going to be wearing a mask when they're out. And if they're not, and you got one of these makeshift t-shirt masks on, you're not protected, right? Because somebody else is making a decision. So it's, I don't have the faith, I guess, in the general population to be responsible enough to not spread this thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about too. And you have all those people always, when you're watching a Trump address or you're watching a Governor Polis, who's the governor of Colorado, like that chat, dude, is very cancerous. Anytime there's a chat, when somebody's kind of, when you have a politician speaking, obviously you're going to have your negativity. There's no doubt about it. But God damn, man, you see a bunch of idiots, and I don't know if they're just trolling, but man, there's so many people that are just like, oh, this is a big conspiracy. This is blah, blah, blah. We need to live our lives. This is, you can't declare martial law on us and fuck you. And,
well, there's people protesting in the streets. They're literally like rioting in the streets, shutting down streets. Like they're just like parked on the street. I saw yesterday in like Michigan, they blocked an ambulance from passing by because they had so many people just chilling on the street.
Really?
And
Jesus.
It's just, I get like they don't want their freedoms taken away. Like, okay,
Sure.
how much do we give up and how much is going to be given back to us? But it's like, I don't know, going out and protesting in large crowds. I don't know if that does.
We're so spoiled. We're so spoiled as Americans. I mean, democracy in America was built on these freedoms, and that's, land of the free. That's why people migrated over here from foreign lands, in way back in the day, to be able to have opportunities that are not given at a lot of places. And I get it, but geez, man, it's very selfish though, in my, on the other side, in my opinion, to be like, hey, some small sacrifices to really kind of get back to, where we were, or close to where we were, or whatever this new life looks like. Americans just aren't, it's hard to just channel that and understand that and accept that and know that things are going to be worked out. It's more of like living in the now, and I feel bad now, and I hurt now, and I'm being, the things that I want to do are being taken away. My rights are gone now, and I can't handle this. And I don't know, man, it's just a very selfish mentality on the other side for me. And I hate it.
Did you guys see your boy Vaughn got the COVID?
I didn't see that.
Dang.
Yeah, dude. He announced, I just saw the news come out here this afternoon, and then I saw it on ESPN.com as well. Jeff Legwald reporting that Von Miller has tested positive for COVID-19. And he says Miller is in good spirits at home resting. And he said Miller also plans to speak publicly on Friday. So he's going to kind of, I don't know, address maybe how he got it, or
how do you guys think? Like, is he going out, or like, I don't see how this late in the game he's catching it when everybody's supposedly at home, and I don't think he really has any reason to be outside.
Per the ESPN report, it says on April 6th, Miller said he was just chilling at home, trying to comply with Colorado's stay-at-home orders. During a conference call that day, Miller was asked how he was adjusting to the off-season schedule and restrictions and stay-at-home guidelines. He gave no indications that he was ill, said he felt good about how his off-season was going, and that he had canceled his travel plans for the foreseeable future, including a trip to the Kentucky Derby, which obviously didn't go down. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think as soon as all this stuff started going down, it doesn't sound like he did any traveling. Everybody's going through the same thing, and it's a tough time, Miller said. It is a crazy time that my mom and my grandmother didn't experience, and we're experiencing it. Just trying to stay the best and stay positive. Everything I need to do, I can do here at the house. So it doesn't sound like he was trying to push the limits or do anything crazy.
Doing anything out of the ordinary.
No house parties.
Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Are you sure he wasn't at Dak and Ezekiel's party?
Fill me in on that. What's up with that story? I saw the headline, but I don't really know the backstory. What happened?
So they were saying that obviously that he, Dak for his birthday had a big party at his house, and it sounds like he broke the social guidelines of having groups of like 20 or more, 30 or more, because they were thinking initially that he had over 30 people. Now, when Dak said his part of the story on ESPN, he said, look, I had 10 people or less. It was just a small time dinner at my house with some of my closest friends and family. That's all it was. But then, of course, his publicist or whoever that wrote up a story for him to say, of course, then he's like, just make sure you're washing your hands. I made a mistake here. I should know better, blah, blah, blah. And then kind of gave his like broke ass apology. But long story short, he wasn't social distancing. He had a bunch of people at his house. He says 10 or less, small dinner. And here we go. But maybe Vaughn was there. I don't know.
Interesting stuff. It's funny that word gets out and these fools get busted. And now they're all of a sudden they're not complying with all the rules and everything else. getting judged all over social media. I saw that. It's just funny. That is what is headline news now. That's a big story.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
Not complying with the social distancing rules.
Yeah. Let's grab Conley real quick. Super chat.
Oh, Conley in the super chat.
$1.99. He said he's effing ready for this Jordan doc.
Oh, bro. Thank you, Conley. Appreciate the donation. Look at your boy right here. You see me? I'm rocking that. I'm rocking the
Is that the Bulls Jordan jersey?
Nah,
is that 23? All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's weird because our cameras, when I'm looking at my camera on our thing, I can't even see my floor. But then you guys can see so much more than I can see. I feel like I have to hold the 23 up all high, but I really don't. How it broadcasts on the internet's different. Anyway, go ahead.
Got a little gun talk in the chat.
Dude, that's what I love about the chat. The chat, that's why, I feel like that's why we just got to keep this show going forever. It gives people a place to talk about a bunch of random shit. Stuff that we're not even talking about on the show. Who cares? They just got their own thing going on over here. I love it.
That's why we got to get that. What is
bringing
the
people
Discord
together.
chat? We got to get the Discord chat set up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is great though. This gives just anybody could jump in here. It's cool. And we were talking about you were talking about what's the word you used, Dal? Not hostile chats, but not volatile. What was the word you used?
Oh, when I was talking about
political chat.
The troll cancer. Like I used
cancerous chat. Thank you. Yeah, our chat is not cancerous at all because of these fools in here. They do not let that shit happen, and I really appreciate you guys.
What are those fools talking about, man? With guns? Talking about carried, concealed? What? Talking about?
All over the place. John King just got the new MP 2.0. He says he's gonna go get an AR-10 from Academy soon. Everybody in the South, people in the South, they're ready to go.
Yeah, no doubt.
Loading up. As far as the Jordan doc, Conley, it's not actually a Jordan doc. It's a Bulls documentary. I think there will be a Jordan documentary after some time. I don't know, who's going to do it or whatever, but I think there will be a Jordan one. This is more about the Bulls dynasty, if you will. In the chat, Goat James said that Jordan documentary is going to be garbage. What do you think, Dal, about the Bulls documentary? The Last Dance 10-part series. This Sunday, the first part airs. What do you think about it? Are you excited for it?
Yeah, man, I'm excited for it. At the time when I was growing up, I was pretty young, obviously, during, the Bulls dynasty, but I remember pretty much all of it. I definitely remember the shoes and which playoffs and all of that. But for me, I didn't really know about the, what is it? Jerry House? Was that the GM or the owner of the Bulls? Jerry House?
No.
God damn. So anyways, the GM / owner of the Bulls and the relationship between him and Phil Jackson. And that's why this is obviously called The Last Stand, because they knew
Jerry Reinsdorf.
Thank you.
Reinsdorf. There it is. Yeah. I don't know what I was talking about, but so they make it pretty clear.
You were kind of going like Jerry Stackhouse, but you just went Jerry House.
Stackhouse too. Yeah. I don't know.
He just went Jerry House. You never heard of Jerry House?
I don't know why I would talk about Stackhouse or House, but we knew there was tensions. I really didn't, obviously, growing up during this time, but obviously, Phil Jackson was told, like, hey, I don't give a shit if you go 82-0, or, I don't care what your record is. I don't care, you could go undefeated the whole season. You will not be here next year. And then, obviously Jordan and his relationship saying, hey, Phil Jackson's my guy. I will not be coached by any other guy. So the tensions, with the front office, back of the house, that wasn't shown necessarily to us as patrons watching. I think that's going to be interesting, the detail that you're going to see that was happening during this time, that the Bulls were just the best team in the world, not only in the league, in the world. And I'm really interested to see these tensions and how the players and how the coaching staff, how they handle that when they basically didn't have the organization on their side. It was like, I'm anxious to kind of see that and how that played out, like more on a closer on the players level. I think that's going to be really interesting. So I'm excited.
John King in the chat, always holding us down. Jerry Krause is who you were thinking, Dal. Jerry
Krause,
Reinsdorf was the owner. Jerry Krause was the GM. He's the guy that put together and built the whole thing behind the scenes.
Yeah, Jerry Krause is the dickhead. Jerry Krause is the dickhead, not Jerry Stackhouse.
The beef was Jerry Krause and Phil, King said in the chat. Yes,
you got it.
Correct.
And that's why they obviously call it The Last Stand, because the players and coaching staff knew it was it. That was done. I'm excited to see the back end of that. I'm pumped. So, Goat James, sorry, not sorry.
Did you watch the Rodman 30 for 30 yet?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So I think I'm really gonna enjoy this. Just hearing all the stories, and you don't really see Jordan sit down like that. And not only are you getting Jordan sitting down talking about it, but you're getting all the other members of the team, front office, Phil Jackson, all of that stuff. So
yeah,
I'm really excited for it. Did you see you said Michael Jordan was on Good Morning America this morning, right?
He sure was.
I didn't see any of the clips. What was it any good? Was there anything we missed?
Yeah, I mean, he basically just talked a little bit about the season, kind of some of the stuff that we've already seen in the commercials leading up to this. I think the one thing I took away was when he talked a little bit about his buzzer beater. Do you remember the buzzer beater at North Carolina in '82 to win the NCAA title? So he talked a little bit about that and what was cool about that. And I certainly didn't know. Maybe I'm just not a sports nut when it comes to like all the history, but he said when he hit that buzzer beater in '82 to win the title, he was known as Mike, right? Nobody really knew as Michael Jordan. Nobody knew him as anything except the UNC staff and the players, right? The organization. But when he made that buzzer beater, that was the moment that he went from Mike to Michael Jordan. And that kind of gave me chills because you're going to get a lot of dimes like that in this documentary, stating, hey, this is where things turned around for me. This is where things turned around for the Bulls. This is where the organization, fucked up and we went ahead and did this, dropping little dimes like that. So that kind of got me excited because I didn't know that history. I thought that was really cool. Nobody knew of me until I made that shot. And that's where I went from Mike to Michael Jordan. So that was a cool dime that he dropped. Outside of that, he just talked about, his family, his brother, Larry. He says, hey, I wouldn't be the man I am today without my brother, Larry. And I think Larry is kind of one of his big business partners with a lot of things that Jordan has done throughout his life. But obviously, the tutelage of his brother growing up, the competition. He also spoke a little bit about his family, his mom and dad, how his dad worked for GE and he was just a hard-nosed, hard worker, doing multiple things, his mom doing multiple things just to have a family of, I think they had like a family of 5 or 6. I can't remember exactly, but he said that's kind of where he learned his competitive nature and his hardworking aspect. And he really thanked his family through the Good Morning America interview. So just things like that, man. I don't think anybody needs to go back and watch it. I think you'll hear all this and see all this in the documentary here. But yeah, man, it was a point to get more excited and know that this thing's Sunday. It's about to happen.
Jordan is the ultimate competitor to me. I think if you look at Jordan, man, especially when I look at NBA players, the only guy that I see with that same fire when I watched was Kobe, and Kobe was imitating Jordan.
Yeah.
Dude, Jordan was just, I think that's what I'm most excited to see. And he talked about a little bit about that coming up in the documentary. And he basically said, hey, people are going to think I'm a horrible guy. A lot of people are going to come out of this hating me just because of the guy that I had to be. And some of the quotes that I found interesting, he says, when you see the footage of me riding with Scotty Burrell, you're going to think that I'm a horrible guy. But you have to realize that the reason why I was treating him like that is because I needed him to be tough in the playoffs. And we're facing the Indianas and Miamis and New Yorks in the Eastern Conference. He needed to be tough, and I needed to know that I could count on him. I don't know what that conversation looks like, but I'm excited to see that clip because I bet he's probably just ripping his ass, and it probably is going to remind me of me and Springsteen.
Shout out to Stringer. I can't wait.
The next he says, look, winning has a price and leadership has a price. So I pulled people along when they didn't want to be pulled. I challenged people when they didn't want to be challenged. And I earned that right because my teammates who came after me didn't endure all the things that I endured. Once you joined the team, you lived at a certain standard that I played the game with. And I wasn't going to take any less. And dude, if that doesn't sum up Michael Jordan right there, if that doesn't sum up everything you saw on the court, what you got from him night in and night out, we're talking six finals appearances with 6 championships. Not LeBron, not going 9-3. And we can have that conversation if people want to have it. I don't even like that conversation. I think the conversation's unfair. We're talking about guys that played in 2 different eras, but they're not. That made me, I don't know if you remember the barbershop when LeBron was talking about coming back, being down 3-1 against the 73-9 Warriors. And that he didn't directly say it, but he said it in a light that made him the greatest of all time. In his mind, that winning that MVP and NBA Finals and coming back 3-1 against the Warriors dynasty, he kind of insinuated that it made him the greatest of all time. And I was I think that was last summer. It came out in 2019. And I don't know. I kind of pulled back from that because, like I said, I mean, you just look at, I've done the research. I've pulled up numbers. I've broken it down, dude, and it's just not close. Not only for the championship reason, not only 6 for 6, and we're talking about 9-3, but I always go back to Chauncey Billups had a great quote, and I think you might have even retweeted it on Twitter or something. And I don't know if it was you or maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was you. But Chauncey Billups said that, and this is exactly my feeling. Jordan kept so many Hall of Famers from getting rings. Everyone from Ewing to Barkley to Malone and others. Everybody got rings on LeBron's watch. Everybody. And he helped them get rings. That's the difference in my book. Chauncey Billups right there. A great quote. And I walk off on that. That echoes my sentiments and how I feel about the Jordan versus LeBron discussion. Also, without bringing in stats. And like I said, if you want to bring in stats, I've done the research and we can go down the list. But it's just, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. What is the, I'm not sure how you feel, Dal. I'm sure you're probably feeling like Jordan or Jordan's better than LeBron, but
it's tough. It really is hard to complain. I think, or compare. What I would add to that is, I mean, it's 2 different eras, and I think that is prevalent. That does make a big difference because you had, it was arguably the fighting era. You had the Bill Lambiers. You had a very, very physical basketball tenure during that time. I mean, the dunks were insane. We didn't have the technology. We didn't have the training regiments that you have today. It's really hard to compare. And I want to be honest there because LeBron is the GOAT with what he does and who he is today. And then Jordan obviously was, but his competitiveness, just to from basketball to golf, the documentary of the Dream Team, I forget what that's called, but watching that and then seeing Jordan like plan his golf around basketball, his basketball around golf, and just going out and Charles Barkley talking about the partying they still did. And Jordan's just overall will to win. That's just something that you can't teach. And I'm not saying LeBron doesn't have that. He has to be as good as he is today. But Jordan was different. Jordan was built different. He didn't have LeBron's skills, even in college. He didn't. LeBron was kind of that blessed individual that had the strength, that had the body, that had the people behind him. Jordan didn't really have anybody pushing him. Jordan wasn't the next best thing. I think that just goes to show his work ethic, and not that LeBron hasn't worked at it. I mean, that guy, that guy is a poster child of what fitness is and badassery is. But Jordan, his will to win, the way he was built, who was he even in college and then going into the NBA and what he made for himself, obviously with his shoes, his brand deals, his marketing. for me, there's so many reasons, but yeah, his competitiveness is something that I don't think we've seen in sports since then. But there you go.
The chat is going off. A lot of people listing their top 5, top 4, top 3. John King going back and forth with a lot of people getting roasted on. He says LeBron's better.
LeBron's his number 1, of course. Ohio, for sure.
LeBron's his guy. Mm-hmm. He just got his Lakers jersey. Became a new Laker fan. LeBron with there. Yeah. He said didn't he say he was I'm a new Laker fan. It's his own stuff. I'm not talking shit here.
I think so.
Joey Magana, Jordan's the GOAT. Stats mean shit. Nobody outside of Kobe had that killer mentality like MJ.
I agree.
And I think that's what the quote from Chauncey kind of sums up, and that's just how I feel. But check this out, dude. If you do run down the stats, I got categories: assists per game, rebounds per game, points per game, free throw percentage, 3-point percentage, league leader in steals, all defensive team, season MVPs, playoff points per game, all this stuff, right? This stuff does matter. I know Joey says stats don't mean shit. They do. Going 6 for 6 means shit. Stats mean shit. If we're talking about assists per game, easily LeBron shitting on Jordan, 9.1 versus 5.3. That's no secret. LeBron all over Jordan in assists. Rebounds per game, LeBron 7.9 to Jordan's 6.2. Points per game, 30.1 to 27.2. That goes to MJ. Free throw percentage, who do you think's got that one down? Jordan, 83 to 73, 83.5 to 73.9. Yeah. And this is obviously these stats are going to either go up or down. They could improve a little bit or they could decline a little bit with LeBron's career still finishing. 3-point percentage. Who do you think's 3-point percentage is higher?
Ooh, that's tough. I want to say Jordan, but I'm gonna say Bron.
Bron 34.4, yep. Jordan 32.7. So through right here, we're at. We got Jordan with a W, or no, Bron with a W, Bron with a W on assists and rebounds. So there you go. Then Jordan has 2 W's, points per game and free throw percentage. So it's 2-2. Bron wins the 3-point percentage. Bron's up 3-2. Keep score for me, Dallas. Bron's up 3-2. League leader in steals. How many times do you think Bron has led the league in steals? His defensive performance, his defensive game. How many times do you think how many times do you think him or Jordan, who has led the league in more in steals? I'm sorry.
It's a tough one too. I want to say Jordan, but I'm gonna side with Bron on that one as well.
Bron has led the league 0 times in steals. Oh wow. Jordan 3 times.
Okay.
League leader in steals.
So that's 3-3. We're all tied up.
All defensive team. Who's been named to the all defensive team more times? Jordan or Bron?
Jordan
9 times. Bron 6 times.
Yep.
All right. The player efficiency rating. This is your overall rating. Overall, over your career, how effective you have been with the minutes on the court, encompassing assists, points, everything. How effective you've been with those minutes. Player efficiency rating. It's very close. It's 27.9 to 27.7. Michael's leading it by 0.2. Wow. So, I mean, if you want, you can throw that one out the window. NBA season MVPs. How many season MVPs or more season MVPs for LeBron or Jordan?
LeBron.
LeBron's only got 4. Jordan's got 5.
Damn.
Surprising, right?
Yeah.
Playoff points per game averaging. Who's got higher playoff points per game average? When it matters, in crunch time, in the big games, who's scoring more?
God, I want to say Jordan again, but
I think LeBron's probably scoring more, but Jordan made
LeBron. Yeah.
Jordan just made the plays that mattered.
Jordan made more plays during crunch time playoffs that made more of an implication than what LeBron has. Remember, LeBron has made shots that he's disappeared in some of the playoffs at times. So, but still total scoring, LeBron.
Jordan got both of you fools. He's doing 33.4 in the playoffs. LeBron's doing 28.9.
Dang.
Average points in the playoffs. And then to finish up, we already talked about it. How many finals appearances? Jordan's only's got 6. LeBron's got 9. So LeBron's beating him there. But then rings, Jordan's got 6. LeBron's got 3.
So that puts a rolling total of Jordan 8, LeBron 4.
I think those are all the stats that matter. Those are everything that matters. Those are what matters in the NBA today. Playing defense, scoring, assists. I mean, playoff points, 3-pointers. I mean, this is everything that matters today. And I think Jordan comes out on top. Jordan comes out on top in rings. Jordan comes out on top in competitive fire. It's just
how many seasons? So is this LeBron's 16th season that just got cut short, or is this his 15th? Do you remember?
I think it is 16.
16. So there's a comparison as well. Jordan played 15 seasons, and if this is his 16, so he's playing one more. He's into. Obviously, this was cut short, but he is playing his 16th, I believe. Jordan played a total of 15.
Holy shit, I'm counting up right now. 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You know what?
Bron's 17th.
I think this
Joey
is Bron's
says 17th,
17th.
but yeah, 2003. So this would be his 17th season.
17th, yeah.
So he completed 16 and a half seasons.
Yeah, 16 and a weird half.
This one, do you think they're going to finish? We're talking about the NFL's talking about even playing games this year. How do they finish? And the MLB's having trouble, or talking about maybe even having trouble starting up.
Yeah.
How does the NBA finish?
I feel like we see some NBA games, but if there's no way to finish for them, if they can't figure out a way to finish that makes sense for the teams and for the players and the organization.
Because at the same time, you got to focus on, you're supposed to start your season again in October.
Right. Wasn't yesterday supposed to be, there was something with like, did the regular season, if we would still be going, would the regular season ended yesterday, I think. Would have ended yesterday.
Okay.
So I think, I don't know, man. Here's what I would say. No, I don't think they finished the season. But if Adam Silver, the commission, the whole the organization, if they can find a way, which seems weird to me, to like somehow construct this way to finalize the season, which would be really weird and cut short, and you wouldn't have the things that these players are used to in terms of timing. And it's probably going to feel forced if they did. It wouldn't feel organic. And if they can't find a way to do that, then no, what's to play for then? You might as well just save it for next season. You know what I mean? So if they can't figure out a way to give a team a championship in the right way that makes sense across the board, no, I don't see it happen.
Conley says season done. John King says MUP family ain't going to be football. So if he says they're not going to be football, then there's definitely not going to be NBA, right? According to that.
I think they're just going to have to do a horse tournament, one representative from each.
Oh, speaking of that,
with how successful that last one was.
Yeah, the semis. Speaking of that, the semis and the finals are probably starting right now. They're tonight, so I hope everybody tunes in. Not.
Let's grab a couple of these super chats here. Tom Yee 499. He just says MUP with the exclamation mark.
Thomas Yee. I like that guy. I've been talking to that guy a lot, man. He's a good guy.
I love Yee. He was like super sad. He didn't come through on the court purples for me. He had them processing and then they got canceled. I was like, dude, don't even worry about it, bro.
There's a lot of people who got canceled. Yeah.
My man Jason Ramos said he has his pair. They should be delivered tomorrow. So I think he's going to oop me. So shout out to my man Jason Ramos.
Jason
coming
Ramos
through.
Yeah, sure.
And then John King, $10. Another
Wait up. Sorry, Jalal. Sorry. Yee said, I wanted to get to something else he said in the chat. His top 5, MJ, Kobe, Russell, Magic, Bird. No Braun at all.
No Braun. Wow.
After he said it, he spit on the ground. Disrespectful. Tom.
Dang.
My goodness.
Wow.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead and go John King's now.
He just said another week of being healthy. He threw down $10. He got that stimulus check and he's got that consistent check. So he's balling out a little bit.
This guy, and he's still doing a shitload of TikToks. This guy is locked into life. I like him. He's living life right now.
Did you guys get your stimulus? I did not, dude. My girl got it yesterday. I woke up, checked my bank account, all tight. Nothing.
Well, you didn't do your tax. Did you do your taxes yet?
Dude, I did my taxes. There's nothing to do with this year, Jalal. It's 2017. It's 2018. Or no, it's 2018. It's 2019.
2018, 2019.
Yeah, it's 2018. It's 2019.
So why didn't you get yours?
And I filed with TurboTax. I don't know. I did direct deposit. I did everything. Everything's on point. I know. I should have been the first guy to get mine. I don't know what's going on.
Dude, I checked mine. I checked mine as well, and I don't have anything either. Robin got hers yesterday, so I checked everything. So yes, I pulled off I downloaded the whole PDF of my 2018 taxes, and at the very the third to the last page, it showed my checking account and my routing information. So I know the fucking government has that. I didn't clear 99. I'll be transparent because I don't give a fuck. 2018, I made 82,000. So I should get a check. Okay. I should get a check with my money. I had my direct deposit. I filed my 2018 taxes. We're fine. I didn't file this year's yet because there's a fucking extension. Plus, we've still got to integrate our most underrated podcast filings in with that. So that's a big fucking mess. So
you know what I think it is, bro? Maybe it's people that made low money got it first. I think that's what it had to be. People that made lower money got their checks first or got their deposits first.
The poor people.
But it's like they said
they
that
needed
all
a
the
little
people
more.
that were doing direct deposits were getting it like at the same time.
Yeah, well, first. I heard that it said we would have it by Friday. Still give it a few days. I checked again today. I just checked right before we got on the show. Actually, nothing.
Yeah. Conley says $1.99. Robin got stimulated and not Dow. Below not good.
That's what I told my girl last night. I was like, how come your bank account got stimulated? I want to be stimulated. Yeah. I'm trying to get stimulated over here. No, not happening.
Yeah, me either, man. As you notice, did you guys see my name out there? Doghouse Dow, because of obviously the GM. Did you get that? Plus, I'm in the doghouse with Robin right now. I don't know. We got in a little fight last night. Nah, not a fight, little argument. I came at her and just was like, "Hey, how come you can't do this?" And my verbiage just wasn't very good, and she kind of came after me. We were buzzed. We went to Adelita's. We got curbside pickup, some Mexican food off Broadway, actually by where you used to work, over by Certified. Remember Adelita's?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we got a little buzz on or whatnot, and I was feeling a little frisky, and I came at her a little wrong, and it was not taken well. And we haven't really spoken very much today, so I'm in the doghouse. I'm in the doghouse.
I'm not sure what that means.
I don't even know what that means either. Are you admitting that you're doing bad shit on the cast right now? Like what?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
What does that mean?
My verbiage wasn't good, and I put Robin on the defense, and I don't think I did anything wrong. And we tried to talk through it, and I said, you know what? I just need more time. Because right now I'm going to come at you upset, pissed off, because I was trying to give you a compliment. The compliment wasn't taken right. And I get, my context wasn't as good as it could have been. My wording wasn't as good. My verbiage wasn't as good.
Wait, you were trying to get it in? I'm trying to be clear about what's going on. You were trying to get it in, and it turned into a fight. So not only did you not get it in, now she's not even talking to you?
I wouldn't say
is that
get
right?
it in. I would say, better the connection. That's what I would say. Not trying to get it in.
I don't know what that means. I don't understand that term. I understand get it in. Are you trying to get it in or not?
Yeah, I was trying to get it in.
Better the connection. So you're trying to use you're using terms like that and you're getting kicked out? You're not getting talked to? Are you kidding me? What she won? Yeah. I'm talking about getting it in.
No, she tried to talk to me, and I wasn't having it. I was like, I'm still mad. I don't think I did anything wrong, that kind of thing. And I'm sitting in it to see what the hell I want to say. Cause I don't know what I want to say yet. Because in my head, whether I was buzzed or not, it was a great compliment, but it wasn't taken that way. And I guess I got to do better. That's it.
Dirty DJ, poor Dow, no stimulation at all.
None. I got no stimulation whatsoever in the bank account, at home. I'm quarantined. You know what? I tried to get Thomas Yee to buy me a Nintendo Switch. And because he's been running errands like that, and I'm not even trying to go to Target, nothing. But if somebody wants to oop me one or maybe charge me a little resale, that's fine. Give me a Nintendo Switch, man, so I can keep busy.
Oh, they were out? They were. I thought they had them.
He had two of them, but before I could hit him back, he had already sold them. So no problem.
What do you want that for, Dal? You just showed us your Game Boy collection last episode. Oh no, that was iPods. Never mind.
Yeah, that's my iPod collection.
But no, you got a Game Boy collection. You got tons of. Why do you need the Switch? What would you do with that?
Online gaming. I've never done online gaming at all. So being able to play.
So you've never played real gaming then?
I've never done real gaming. And Nintendo was the only system that I'm really comfortable with and that I've mastered really well. I was never really a PS guy. I've never been an Xbox guy. I don't even think I've held an Xbox controller in my hand. But I thought Nintendo, it's like $200 to get a Switch. It's $300 to get the full system. And then you got to pay for the games, obviously. I was like, you know what, man, maybe this is my way to kind of see if I like online gaming. That was my only reason, because I love my retro systems, but you can't do that online.
Man, wow. You're getting flamed right now. Tom Yee, $4.99. He says contributing to Dal's fleshlight purchase.
Oh man, thank you, man. Thomas Yee, thank you.
You gotta appreciate the honesty always, the transparency with Dal. I couldn't be as transparent with some things like that. So I appreciate that.
Con Lee, $2 donation. Man, I got rejected too. The hub came in clutch. He used I wonder if he used the $10, the free membership. Yeah.
The free membership, yeah.
Oh man.
I wanted to get Goat James too. He said I don't qualify for a check. So Goat James is getting that bread.
Yeah,
a lot of people were talking about the stimulus is in here. Let me read a couple of these. Neighborhood. My wife got hers. She doesn't make low income. She just filed early this year. So there's one way to look at it. Maybe that's why she got it. I make awesome money, and we got our $2,900. I know 2 people that died last year and got checks as well from the Philly mayor. First of all, Philly mayor.
What is going on?
First of all, how did you get $2,900? I thought it was $2,400, $1,200 a person.
Oh, he's got kids.
But then you've got $500. You got $500 per head of kid.
Wow.
Well. Yeah.
Lucky guy.
So check this out. So this makes sense now, because I'm thinking about, did Mia file her taxes this year already? This year's taxes?
No.
Or for 2019?
Oh wait, yeah, she did. I think.
Yeah. So here's what's up. My boy Muzz got his. He filed his taxes. His old lady Nikea filed her taxes this year.
That's what's up.
Robin has filed hers. You and I haven't filed ours. We're going off of 2018. Maybe that's the delay. I just figured it out. You're welcome.
Dal, let's go. Give yourself some symbol, bud.
All right, hold on, bud.
Dal is in the super chat. All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna go buy my fleshlight now.
Dal would love Animal Crossing.
That's what I've heard because there's a lot of detail. There's intricacies in there. It's not like racing and stuff. Like I always get my ass kicked by you with racing and things like that. That's why I got to be on Double Dash. That's why I got to be on the back of the car throwing the shells. You know what I mean? So you're driving, I'm throwing shells. Animal Crossing, I could just go explore and find things, collect things. I think it's gonna be pretty cool, man. So
he said.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. I'm just thinking about these dead people getting checks. Like, there's probably a lot of money that's just going to empty bank accounts that are not active. I wonder if they reverse that, or does it go to like their next of kin?
I bet it goes, I don't know.
I bet that Dal, your tax thing probably makes sense though. That's why those people got checks already too. Because don't they file like? Isn't it automatic, or isn't their family took care of it?
Yeah, their family probably took care of it. Yeah, to proceed with the will and testament, they probably had to get the taxes done. I would imagine. Again, that's
or like for people that just passed away recently, that already did their taxes.
Yeah, that may have got the Rona, that may have just had like, just heart attacks. I mean, that's the thing. We overlook so many other deaths right now because Corona is in the limelight. I mean, look at the people that are like this actor, famous actor. I'll bring him up real quick. Do you know who? Sorry, let me pull it up here. Are you familiar with Brian Dennehy?
No.
Does that name mean anything? So Brian Dennehy. So he's probably, for you and I, he's known. His biggest acting role for like you and I would probably be Big Tom Callahan, dude. Tom Callahan. Tommy Boy's dad. So the dad. Big Tom passed away, man. He died 81 years old. And it sounds like his was more of not natural causes, but I saw him trending on Twitter, and automatically we think, oh God, the Rona got him. Like all these fools that are dying of natural causes because they're 80s, 90s, even some in the 70s that are having strokes. Like we forget that these ailments that are very, very normal are still happening, even with something as impactful as Corona. So it's like, man, our minds have just totally shifted. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Did you see Howard Finkel died?
I did see that. Yeah, he was an announcer for the WWE, correct? I don't know what era.
legendary gotcha. 80s, 90s, and he went into the 2000s, but he was really legendary around those times. He was 69 years old. I'm not sure how he died.
That's still pretty young.
Yeah, dude. That was one of the voices of my childhood, dude. I mean, I think that's one of the earliest people I probably started imitating because I watched wrestling as a kid, 3, 4, 5 years old. Some of my first real talking was surrounded by wrestling, and it was picking up toy microphones and any microphone you were doing a Howard Finkel introduction. You were Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, stuff like that. And you know how legendary announcers say certain names a certain way, and it gets you used to them. Or
can you give us an impression?
Man, I can't anymore. Let me see. Maybe if I had some scripts. Damn, you put me on the spot. Let me see if I have some verbiage.
Well, you have that.
You're introducing Hulk Hogan to the stage.
It's not good on a dry stream like this. You need crowd noise. You need I need the Ultimate Warrior's music to be going right now, because then that voice
you get the energy.
Then you'd get the full impression. Yeah. So if we were doing the real show right now, if you could bring in a little Ultimate Warrior music for me and we had in the normal show, I would bust out some Fink. I would give you an impression of the Fink.
That would be sick. Now with Finkel, did Jim Ross take his place? Where does Jim Ross fit into that? Or was he just another commentator?
All right. So Howard Finkel was not a commentator, really.
Okay.
Once in a long while, he did like some backstage type shit, kind of like Mean Gene Okerlund.
Yeah.
Once in a long while, but that was later on. How he got started and his role was the ring announcer, bro. He was the guy that brought the wrestlers to the ring, introduced them. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WrestleMania. That kind of shit. He was the guy, the voice of the WWE to the public. The Ultimate Warrior, stuff like that. So that was Howard Finkel. It was who brought all the wrestlers out to the ring.
Gotcha.
He was the voice. He was that voice. So yes. So sorry. R.I.P. Howard Finkel. What else was I going to hit on before you were getting to that, Dal? Oh, this isn't too. Let me just hit this really quickly, Dal. Luckily for you, or maybe unlucky for you, we've talked a couple times about if 420 were to fall on a show day, you'd smoke some weed for the show.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I look at the calendar. 420 is on Monday. Monday's show.
Oh, wow.
So I think I'm going to roll up a couple cones for you. Maybe just one. I don't know if you need a couple. Maybe Robin would like one, actually. So maybe I will roll you guys up a couple and drop them off at your doorstep or, vice versa, whatever. You can pick them up sometime before Monday. So that way you can try a little bit of this on the cast. You can smoke a little weed on the cast on Monday. What do you think?
Oh, wow. Huh. When you're playing when you're playing hide and go seek and you're about to piss your pants because you're about to get found, or you're like going to shit your pants. Like, that's how I feel right now. That was
more like my dad coming home when I hadn't cleaned my room, not necessarily hide and go seek. I wasn't really shitting my pants just because I was going to get found.
Oh, when I was playing hide and go seek, I was so nervous, man, because I knew I was going to get found. That point where you're about to shit your pants or piss your pants. That's how I feel right now. Thinking about smoking weed.
What about, dude? The good thing is you don't have anything to do on Monday. It's not like you're gonna do anything after the cast. You're at home. You can go right to bed if you want. You can knock out some more Ozark. You do whatever, you know.
Is this supposed to be on the show or just on the day?
You too on the show, Jalal, because you're a part of this. You're on the show too. You got to come through. Don't worry. I'm stocked up. I'm ready. I got some ready for you guys.
What's
but how are we gonna have a show? What's that?
What's your plan for quarantine in the weed? I want to make sure that my cone and my weed is quarantined.
Oh, I can give you some weed if you would like, and you can roll it up yourself if you want, or I can make the cone for you. But just washing my hands right beforehand is what I can do.
You're gonna burn it anyway. Should be fine.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what Roselli was saying the other day. We were talking about who the hell cares where I'm getting weed? The thing's on fire. You're smoking it. There's no way you're getting any. There's no way coronavirus is living on there. The thing's on fire.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was like, yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah. So good point.
Huh. Okay, I might be interested in that. But do you want me to?
What do you mean might be interested? How do we do a 420 show with people with the participants on the show are not smoking?
Not smoking. That's fair. Especially.
Plus, this is something we talked about in the past, and you were like, yeah, if it comes on a 420,
we'd be together. So then you could help me understand my high and not let me get like super elevated, and not start pacing and rotisserie myself around a fucking portable heater and then getting ready to watch Bar Rescue and freaking the fuck out. Yeah,
especially now, man. This weed these days is different.
I know this is medical shit here.
Yeah.
But if it makes the show better and people want me to smoke, take a couple hits off that thing for 420, I think I could do that.
Yeah, Dal, I think you please let Dal know in the chat you guys would like to see that on Monday for the show.
Are there any kicks dropping on 420?
Dude, the strawberry coughs, we were just talking about that. The strawberry coughs were like what was rumored to drop and they got pushed. You said, Dal, let's just go into sneakers real quick.
Sounds good. Hey, check it out, man. You know what's been great for quarantine, dude, is these Reese's, these little, mini Reese's here that have like the cups, but they also have the pieces inside of them, man. Oh, dude, lifesaver.
I'm not a fan of those, to be honest with you. I got an ice cream the other day and it had those in there, and it felt like I was just eating handfuls of those, and I wasn't really getting the ice cream bar or the ice cream.
That's a shitty ice cream then.
It was the same thing, but with peanut butter, not ice cream. I don't think I would enjoy
it.
Based off my experience with the cream.
Gotcha.
Pause.
Yeah. So into sneakers. Yeah. The strawberry coughs were rumored to be the release this 420. And for whatever reason, whether it was production, whether it was we can't get these done in time or they weren't produced, Rona, whatever it is, we have a new 420 dunk that just appeared within like the last 6 days.
Yeah.
And
new 420 dunk. It's not the strawberry cough, but it's
just
its own.
It's cool. Yeah.
It's a retro of the 2010, right? I think these joints dropped back then.
It's essentially a mirrored version or like a flipped mirror version of the skunks that dropped. Year.
Okay, there you go. That's what it was. Yeah. That's what it was.
So it's a mirrored flip of the skunk dunks. The one thing that I wish they would have done the labeling, what we're seeing in the pictures, and I don't know if there's even been I don't know if Nike has done official images yet. I'm on Sneaker News. The one thing that I've seen on this dunk that really upsets me is where it says the one of 420. So there's only 420 pairs supposedly, but why would you put that like it's not on the back of the heel, but it's on like kind of the side of the heel. Why wouldn't you put that on the inside of on the tongue or on the inside of the shoe? That 1 out of 420 or whatever the number happens to be on the outside is super distracting. And I think that really takes away from the shoe, in my opinion. Outside of that, the like super hairy, that looks like a nug. I mean, I think it's a great shoe. I'm not a big fan of the green outsole. I think they could have done something a little bit different there. I don't know if I like the tongue as well, the green and the orange on it. So there's some things that I'm not a big fan of. I love the insole. I think they do great with the insoles, but for me, I think you change the outsole. I think you change the tongue label color, maybe. Other than that, and the number of pairs, Those are my 3 complaints on the shoe so far.
Wow. Other than everything, just other than everything on the shoe, just don't change anything.
Yeah.
That's basically what it sounded like there. I'm with you though. I don't like the 1 of 420 on the outside either. I think that's stupid.
Right.
And I also think that if it's limited to 420 pairs, that's beyond stupid. Right. That's worse. Oh, Jalal, you're able to get it up on the screen?
What do you know?
Wow. This is all right. We're cutting edge.
Are we back to the edge? Are we back to the old show already?
We are close to back. Jalal, drop the "We Are Back" sound, please.
We are back.
Dang.
There it is. That. I just dropped it.
Yeah. Nice. Good job.
It got cut off at the end, just like Dal's symbol. Sick shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Scrolls. Yeah.
Those are the go ahead, Dal.
Yeah. Do you like the outsole? I think the outsole, I don't like that. I don't like that green. It's the wrong green, just like the tongue label, the wrong green. Those 2 things and the number. That's all I had a problem with. I love the hairiness of it. I love the Nike. I mean, I like everything except those 3. I got 3 complaints. It ain't no big deal.
Yeah, I think I don't mind any. I'm cool with everything except for the 420 on the outside and the limited number of pairs. Everything else is fine with me.
There's a look at the inside too.
Yeah, the insole looks really, really cool. Did you see that?
Jalal, yeah, go down one more if you can. It shows the insole by itself, I think, on the lower part of it. At least on my sneaker news, it does. There you go. Yeah, that's fire, man. I think the Dunk insoles, man, they, if it's a special deal, they always hit it out of the park, in my opinion. Like, look at the Strange Love, look at the Skunks, look at these, look at with the Strawberry Coughs that were hopefully still going to be a release. I think they kill it.
Yeah, I love this pair. I want the Strawberry Coughs. I like those better.
For sure.
Yeah, I like that pair quite a bit better. But these are cool, other than the 420s, which, I mean, it's just like looking at whatever, because I'm not going to be able to get it anyway.
Right. No doubt.
So it's kind of just, it's nothing that great.
Do you think they're going to release these on sneakers?
How
about yes, no, maybe, please check a box?
Yes, I do, because of the whole what's going on right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The one thing I have to say though is you look at like your high tier skate shops. There are still a bunch of skate shops doing curbside that are still up and running. You just can't go in. I wonder if there's only 420 pairs, so. For me, it's like, why wouldn't you do it just on one source? But I wonder if there's a couple high-end skate shops that might get a couple pairs. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, my phone just hit 20%, so I may have to jump off the mic and just snap in the headphones here in a little so I can plug that joint in. Benny, my dog is just going, what, bro? We're not playing right now. No, we're not playing right now. I'm sorry, Ben. I love you, bro, but guys,
can you charge at the same time?
I can charge. Oh, no, I can't charge that way either, huh? Maybe I should just get the other phone. No, I'm not going to be in bad shape, guy. I'll just get the other phone. I'll jump on.
You're in bad shape.
I'll be, be in okay shape.
He got 2 phones.
That's right.
What is
CG?
What is the chat? What is the chat saying about the shoes? Anybody in the chat like them joints?
Gas from Vince Millie.
Justin Cred says the White Widows are better than these.
He's probably right. Justin Cred. Yep. While we're talking about it, I don't know if you can.
Another reason. Go ahead.
I don't know if you can pull it up, Jalal, which is, we didn't talk about this. Did you see? So you have the Strange Loves, and they're damn near $600 depending on your size. Did you see a leaked image of the same Strange Love, yet in blue? It's like a really baby blue. It's got like 3 different tints of blue. Did you guys see the pictures of that?
No, let me see if I can pull it up.
Oh my God. Those are great. I would say they're better than the Strange Loves. But if you can
where did you see it at?
I saw it on Twitter. So I don't know. God, I don't even know. Because I don't know what you would type in necessarily. But yeah, they were like, there were a couple different shades of blue. essentially the Strange Loves, but obviously the different color. And man, did they look good.
Yeah, I don't see any. Just doing a quick search on Google, but let me check Twitter.
Go on Twitter and then pull up the account. It's OVRNUNDR. So like over under.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a pair. And they're called the Strange Love Nike SB Dunk samples, and they're just in blue instead of the pink. And those look fire.
Ooh, I see a picture that he posted of the sample versus the final production.
Yeah.
Of the original one.
Yeah.
But I'm just scrolling through his timeline here, see if I can find it.
Yeah, I see him down on Just Fresh Kicks Instagram. That's where I saw him at.
Yeah. You think those are better than the pinks?
Nah. I like the pinks better.
You're not a royal blue guy though either. And there's some royal in there, you know.
Yeah.
So I can understand that.
Yeah, it's not my color scheme.
I think
like
those are
pinks better.
I think those are absolutely flames. Holy shit, man. I'd love
those
to
are
have
the B grades.
Those are the B grade samples. All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
no,
I like
not samples, better. Just B grades.
Just B grades.
You say originals too, Jalal?
Yeah. I don't know. This colorway just doesn't really seem to go well with it.
What do you guys say in the chat? Mish, they are fire. Are they better than the OGs though? Have you guys seen the Grateful Dead and Metacom upcoming SB Dunks? Let me see if
I think I have. I think they're green and blue, and
Grateful
they've got
Dead ones, but
not like they're super hairy. I think like either on the inside or outside. I think if I'm right.
Let me see if the Metacom one.
Dirty DJ says, "Dal, I like the blue better. Not a pink guy."
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely easier. They look like they're easier to wear than the others, but not as pretty.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I would wear these. The pinks, I think I would just have as a collector's piece. I'm not going to jack those up.
Yeah.
I don't see the
Grateful Dead.
I'm looking up the I was looking up the
are the Metacom ones with the like the hair and the @
That's the ones I was trying to look for, but I'm only finding the other versions, the old versions.
Franchise, just go to Twitter and search Grateful Dead dunks, and it's the first thing that comes up. Nice Kicks has a picture of it.
Oh yeah, with the like shark tooth swoosh.
Yeah, them shits are hairy as shit. Like I said, it looks like more like a Grinch joint to me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's too crazy for me.
I don't know. I don't know about those. Those look like the hair that's in my Uggs.
You know why they're that hairy? It's bear. It's supposed to be bear fur. They're called the Grateful Dead Bears.
Ah, that makes sense now.
Yeah. So that's the whole like point of that. But I'm not really. I don't know. Green bear fur. You know the bear. Those. You know remember those bear dunks that came out back in the day? I thought those were really ill. Obviously hard to wear, but.
Right.
Those had bear fur, and I thought those were pretty sick.
And they were the correct color of bear fur.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. The Papa Bears. That's what those are called.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the Papa Bears are fucking fire.
Those are fire for sure. And aren't those like a mid or a high? They're not a low.
They're high.
Yeah.
High SB.
I've been thinking about getting some of those old highs. Maybe not the bear joints. Maybe like just starting out with like the Syracuse or the the ones that were based off of these lows that just came out. I was thinking about getting maybe some of those highs here, but we'll see. So on to the next thing. Do you want to talk about StockX and the bullshit that they just pulled within the last 24 hours? Or would you like to see the shoes I got in studio?
No, let's go. We'll just go StockX first.
All right. Your friends over at CockX. Let's see what they got going on here. So they sent
you just joined. You just rejoined StockX.
Dude, I'm about to email them, cancel my account yet again.
Yeah.
I've only bought one thing from them. I haven't sold anything yet since I reopened the account, or opened a new account, I should say. So check this out. So while some of us were sleeping, while some of us were just hanging out last evening, we got emails, and this email, which I think was great by StockX, went to a lot of spam folders. So a lot of people didn't even see this until they saw it trending on StockX last night. But there was an email sent to everybody that has a StockX account, and it reads as follows. Beginning on April 22nd, 2020, buyers on StockX will see a new 3% processing fee added to the purchase price of an item. Any bids placed prior to April 22nd will not be subject to a new fee. Any updates to existing bids made after April 22nd will be subject to the new fee. For more detailed information on this change, please feel free to visit our FAQs. So, not only is tax a new thing, shipping's always been a thing. Now you have an additional 3% fee for what? I don't know. I think StockX just found out that we got our stimulus checks, and they're like in a board meeting saying, how can we be better?
Well,
how can we be great?
They had a little explanation, but it's just very poor timing. They say, as our marketplace continues to grow, so have our investments in the platform, customer service, and our verification process. This fee will allow us to continue these investments and provide the best possible customer service to our millions of customers around the world.
I.e., we lost a lot of money during Rona, so here's 3% we're going to make up for.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Franchise, you got that? Maybe he switched phones.
No. I'm just listening.
Oh, you good?
Excuse me. I was just listening.
What do you think?
I read about it yesterday.
Does it turn you the fuck off from StockX as an avid buyer?
It just doesn't really surprise me, but I'm not going to lie to you and say I'll never use it again, or I'm canceling my account, or I'm quitting. It's just like, yeah, I'm pissed about it, but what am I going to do? And think that's what they know. They know that there's a lot of people like that. That just is what it is. Like, it's kind of
they know that they have the best platform, I think.
Yeah.
Because like StockX, man, it's just so easy to use, so easy to sell. To me, like going on GOAT and listing all those shoes that I had was such a pain in the ass.
Oh, it took you like 3 hours. Yeah.
Taking all the pictures. Yeah, you bet.
Like StockX is so easy. Like you got the shoe, and of course it's dead stock, but like even dead stock shoes on GOAT, you got to take at least 2 or 3 pictures, I think.
If your status sucks, yes, that is correct.
Yeah, if you're a layman,
if you're a broke boy, as the young folk would say, if you're a broke boy, yes, you have to take more
I'm definitely
photos.
a broke boy on GOAT because I haven't sold much on there. I've sold everything on StockX.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I use GOAT a lot. I mean, I use both of them, but I use GOAT an equal amount. So, and I've been buying more off GOAT than I have off StockX.
Same. I do everything off of GOAT for the most part. Now, GOAT, don't get it twisted. GOAT has their own issues, no doubt about that, especially with their processing payments right now. But I've had the most success with GOAT. I think they're more trusted to me. I think they added a fee here recently. I'm trying to think what it was, but if you updated the app, they changed the shipping from $10 to $12. And they changed that not by letting us know. I don't even think they still have sent an email about it. But when you updated the app, not this last time, but the time before that, automatically your shipping was updated from $10 to $12.
Dallas, question for you. Phil Beast in the chat says, Jalal, if you sell a lot on GOAT, you don't need to take photos. Do you still have to take photos?
I don't know. I can.
Know.
Yeah, I don't. So I've got a seller rating, I think, of like 250 something. I can't remember what it is, like 257 something. I don't know, 259. I can list multiple items and also not have to take any photos at all.
What does that start at? What's your seller rating have to be?
I list multiple. I think, I don't know. I'm not going to throw something out there. I'm not for sure. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've been using GOAT a lot more than StockX, so I'm not too burned up about it. But
the thing that bothers me about GOAT is the cash out thing. What's the percentage? It's like 3%.
It's 3%. Yeah.
And there's no way to avoid that, even if you put your PayPal or like that. Yeah. That part doesn't make sense to me.
But I mean, to argue that, yeah, that sucks. Like if you're just trying to make your money back, that is absolutely bullshit. But to add that, where StockX doesn't have this option, GOAT does, where if you leave that in there and you use that money towards a purchase, obviously it's like a bank. So then by selling a product, it doesn't go directly to PayPal. So in that case, you're not going to have any tax issues if you keep it in GOAT and, you know, don't cash out that money. So at least you have that option with StockX. There's no way to avoid it. It goes right to the PayPal and that's it. But the great news is it doesn't have that fee. The only fee that you're going to get is the fees that they take initially off the sale. And then if you want to do an instant transfer via PayPal to your bank account.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but talk about that 3% from GOAT, and then you want to do the instant transfer on PayPal, and then all the fees you had to sell the fucking shoe. Yeah, dude, it gets brutal there for sure.
Yeah, it's just super greedy, man. If you calculate the amount of fees that these guys are collecting, like, yeah, they have crazy overhead. They're losing a lot of money right now, but they're already making a killing in fees. And it just seems like such poor timing to announce this right now. Like if they waited, or if they did this before even, like it would have just been a little bit less. It just seems like a cash grab, honestly.
Maybe there was maybe there was some bad spending on their part, because you think about it, these guys have a lot of investors. There's tons of investors that they have to appease. There's tons of
and there's a new CEO, right?
Yeah, right. New CEO. So I mean, you think about it from that standpoint, it's like maybe they made some bad maybe were low on what their quarterly projections are, or the coronavirus is going to make them lower, whatever the case may be. And so they're kind of at a point where they've got to do whatever they can do to appease those investors, almost like Vince McMahon is with the contracts and how he is tied up with Fox and USA. We'll talk. I want to hit that before we get out of here. We'll talk about that after sneakers, but it kind of reminds me of the same thing, maybe in a similar situation.
Right.
That just also reminded me that Dan Gilbert is the owner, I think majority owner in StockX. So he's taken a double hit with the NBA and all that stuff. So maybe he's trying to make up some of his profits and put in a lot more pressure on StockX.
Quadruple hit. Oh, you know how many businesses those fools have and that are into? They're probably getting crushed at all. And
Rocket Mortgage or whatever.
Jeez, man. All those things are getting crushed. The only thing winning over here is liquor.
For sure. Instead of an additional 3%, I think they should have just did what GOAT did. Like maybe just bulk up the shipping a little bit more. Like you bulk up the shipping just $2 more, just like GOAT did. You look at how much revenue that is across the board for StockX is an amount of money that we can't even fathom. But instead they make it like this percentage, and it just feels like you're being taken advantage of more, I think, than if they would have up the shipping. What is it? $13.95, up it to $15.95, up it to $16.95 versus a across the board 3%. I think that's what they should have done. That would have felt a little bit better. For everybody that is probably that is a member of StockX. I think that would have been a less punch to the gut, if you ask me, because it just happened with GOAT. So we think, okay, well, we have another company doing it. StockX is trying to compete. They're trying to get their money. They're going through the Rona. They're still working through this. Okay, but 3%, like, where'd you pull that?
And the percentage sucks because, like, you're buying a $1,500 shoe. That's like $45. Like, that's not light. Like, that's a huge increase on your shoe.
It's a big bump,
No doubt. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good point. Bail Beast. Everyone's taking L's in this economy. Poor taste to add a new tax. I think that's the biggest issue, is with what's going on now. And it's like, wow, you guys are just going to try to hit everyone over the head like that. People that are loyal to the platform. And that's because this isn't a customer service platform. This isn't a platform where it's like people have a ton of options, or people have, I guess you can go do other ways, but you're putting yourself at risk by selling on eBay or meeting up with someone in the street. Or whatever, you know what I mean? There's risk. That's the whole point. What are you willing to pay to eliminate risk? And they know that. And it's not a customer service driven business. People aren't going to go away because of bad customer service. They're just going to bitch and they're going to keep selling for the most part. The breach didn't sink them. Look at the whole breach. They didn't do shit about that. They didn't care. They didn't do nothing. They didn't give them credit. They didn't do anything. And everyone's still using StockX. It's not like anyone, you know. It's not like
I wonder if this creates a little bit. We were talking about the eBay thing with what was it, Stadium Goods. I wonder if this opens up a little bit more for them to kind of come into the game. They've been pretty active. I've seen them doing like giveaways and contests and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Sure, and they also trolled StockX. I think it was yesterday, at like an hour or two after this kind of came public. eBay sent out a tweet that said, "Hey, all, remember eBay does not charge any fees, blah blah blah," to obviously troll them. But eBay does charge a big fee, don't they? When they like a transaction fee of sorts.
They charge a fee. Yeah.
Sure. Seller fee is like 15%. Yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah. But they're like, we don't have any other fees, blah blah blah, no other stuff. So they were out there.
There's always kind of a bunch of discounts they have going on, especially lately. You've seen a lot more selling on eBay, or it's been a lot more profitable to sell on eBay. You're still dealing with scammers and shit like that, so you got to be careful. But I think Dirty DJ put some shit in the chat a little while back for an extra 10% off or something like that. A little bit ago. No fee on shoes over 100, just a PayPal fee.
Misha says you should be taxed if you're buying luxury items. I think we're already being taxed. I mean, we're paying a lot more than what the shoe goes for normally. Well, and they're making a percentage off of the sale of a resale price. So like they're making their money. It's not like, you know, they're
making their money. It doesn't cost somebody like StockX who ships out in bulk. It doesn't cost them $13.95 to ship each shoe. You know, they're getting bulk pricing on everything, and then now an extra 3%. Plus, they're also charging the tax via the state as well. It's just a lot. So yeah, I would agree more with Jalal. They're already getting their money, and with the shipping and stuff like that, they're already taking advantage of us. They're making good money off of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 11% to start, and then, you know, you sell a lot, it goes down to 8.5. That's good money right there. Mm-hmm. It's enough to cover your expenses and make some money.
Thomas E said, "I'm going to support the guys like Urban Necessities. I'm giving up on StockX." Socratic Mind says that was the basis for the Trollmageddon video, to prove that places like Urban Necessities can't prove that they can actually verify what's authentic or not. So I see both sides. I really do, fellas. It's tough. And I think it's going to be, nobody's going to sink anyone. You are going to see certain people jumping off certain ships, jumping onto others. And I think it's just going to be a situation where there is going to be no one answer. Everyone's going to kind of do what everyone's going to do. You're going to have people that do leave. You're going to have people that continue to just use it the way they do. You're going to have people that try out new sources. But ultimately, everyone's going to kind of do a little bit of their own thing on this one. I don't think it's going to be a whole sheep movement of everyone leaving, which is that would cause them to change their behavior. That's what we need, but I don't think that would happen.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Doug, let's go ahead and show the shoes, Dow. Let's see those. Dude, did you see my baby shoes? Did you see those shoes I posted on Instagram?
Oh, dude, before I was in the doghouse, I was having a conversation with Robin yesterday about it. I was like, she was like, "Oh my God, how did he dig those up? Oh my God, that is the coolest thing ever." And I was like, "Yeah, it is. It's fucking sweet."
Is that how she did it?
Did I murder that one?
Oh, I wanted to be there for that.
I'm probably gonna get murdered.
Coolest thing ever. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're in the doghouse anyways. How far? Yeah. I mean, how much deeper can you go? She can just come out and kick you.
She can't run away. No doubt. She can't run away. After the quarantine, she can kick me out, you know, because I don't have a house anymore. I sold it. I don't know what the hell I do. All right.
But yeah, so you having a conversation with her about what now? About the shoes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, about your shoes and how cool it was on your social media. Yeah, that was dope, man. So if you're not following OMG, it's TTF, man. What are you doing? Like he's even throwing baby shots of like his shoes that he had. I mean,
I've been light on the content like the past couple weeks. So this week I really made a goal to try to up it a little bit more.
That was a pretty hard flex. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty
Thanks,
sweet.
Man. Thanks,
man. No doubt. So with these, man, I got some super mixed reviews yesterday. It was one of my least liked pictures on my Instagram. A lot of people aren't feeling these, and I get that. It is a weird, wild shoe. So without further ado, it is the new Saucony Grid Azura 2000. This is the Saucony and Bodega collection or collab. We know that Bodega has done a lot with New Balance here lately, like the No Bad Days, previous model to that. Very nice materials. New Balance, I think, obviously is doing some great stuff. I think they're pushing really hard to kind of get back into the limelight, as now Adidas has kind of fallen by the wayside. I think there's a place for companies like New Balance, and Saucony, I guess, believes that there's a place for them as well. So here it is. Sorry, the box, pretty basic Saucony box here. Nothing crazy. Retail on these bad boys, $140. Nothing crazy.
You went with a 9.5.
I did, because the 10 was sold out. 10.5 is too big. Sauconys are very, very true to size. Sometimes they actually run a little bit long, depending on the model. Some of the grid models, that is. So for me, I'm a hard true to size 10. They were all sold out. I have a 9.5. I can do a 9.5 without the insole, or you put just a thinner insole, because Sauconys usually do a pretty thick insole, which I'll show you here in a second. So I haven't decided if I'm going to keep these bad boys yet, but just to kind of give you some looks, the materials are absolutely insane.
Is there any resale on
them? A little bit, depending on the size. Like I said, the retail on these bad boys, trail sole, a little bit on the front here. A great hiking Colorado shoe, if you ask me. And then if you look at the tongue, you've got leather, front, back. Insole is full leather as well, which is pretty sweet.
It's kind of like Air Max 95 reminiscent.
It is a little bit, yeah, for sure.
Dude, Jalal, that was my exact thoughts. I was just like, that's the main reason I can't get behind the shoes. That's what I see is the Air Max 95, and I can't.
It's like a Air Max 95 and an ACG Trail.
It's like an Air Max 95 meets a North Face joint, and that's sitting at REI.
I see ACG and North Face for sure.
Yeah, those are sitting at REI for sure right now. Go check your local REI once it reopens. You'll see those.
You think they're holding them in the back?
They're holding them in the back, ready.
They ain't holding them in the back. John King's not be able to get these when REI opens back up. But multiple laces. You have just a straight gray tips. You have like a turquoise green with purple woven in, red tips. So again, this collab, like I said, Bodega does a very, very good job. Materials are always like super, super nice. Multiple laces. Yeah, man, I think it's cool, but I think it's totally a Colorado shoe. And when I showed Robin these, she's like, "Oh, those are cool," because she's a hiker. Of course, she thinks they're cool. So I got a little validation on this one, but
from the hiking community.
Yeah, from Robin and the hiking community, nice. I got a little validation. But what I would say with this is, I think Saucony's trying to take a page out of New Balance and out of their book, and I just don't think Saucony can be as relevant, can be as dominant, can be as, I don't know if they have a place right now in the market. That being said, remember, I think it was probably 3 years ago. Do you remember when they did, when Saucony did their collabs with the influencers from YouTube? Remember they did a Fomer Simpson shoe. They did a Hess Kick shoe where they were like kind of set up like turntables, like a kind of turntable DJ shoe for Hess. They did a Forrest Gump concept for Fomer Simpson and Young Buckets. And then they did Tony D2 Wild had a Tony the Tiger Saucony collab. So they have done some cool things. They've done some innovative things. They've done some collabs, but I just don't think they have a spot in the market yet. I just don't think they're a force to be reckoned with. It's not somebody that you think, oh, goddamn, I got to. Most people can't even pronounce Saucony correct. Some people call it Saucony. It's Saucony. So I just don't think they're very relevant in the market. But who I do think is relevant is Bodega. I think, man, when I went and shopped at Bodega, and I think that was in Boston when I was there, they're so cool. It's like a convenience store. You wouldn't even know it's a shoe store. So it looks like a convenience store on the outside. You walk in And then it has this refrigerator that you see right when you walk in, and the refrigerator door slides and it opens up to the actual shoe store. So conceptually, Bodega's tight. Product wise and attention to detail, I love what Bodega's done with a lot of their collabs in the past. But, I think this Saucony falls a little flat. I know it's going to be a pretty limited shoe. There's not a lot of them out there. So I'm thinking right now, I'm probably not going to wear it. It's a hold for me, and I'll see if I can get some resale out of it. That's where I'm at with it.
A lot of different opinions in the chat. Sorry, Dow, swing and a miss.
I've never seen so many throw up emojis and sick emojis.
A lot of sick emojis in our chat, which we don't usually get in our chat, even though we are down with the sickness. But if it had a Nike swoosh on it, no one would buy those. John King. Neighborhood, below not good. Philly Mayor, wow, with 4 throw-ups.
Oh, and by the way, as you see, I've got hand sanitizer right here that I'm about to put on. These shoes have only been in quarantine for like a day and a half. So
you're taking a risk for the cast. I like it.
I'm risking it for the cast, and I guess I'm going to risk my health and smoke some weed on Monday.
Yes.
So what a good dude I am. Obviously,
you're not risking your health. Like Cat Williams said, when have you ever seen an MF or an overdose on weed?
It's because my anxiety. I'm not going to overdose on weed. It's my anxiety that's going to give me a fucking heart attack. I'm going to get heart palpitations, and I might end up dying in the hospital. No. And people are going to think that I died of Rona. It's not good.
This is easy time. Like there's not even anything to be anxietal about. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything. There's literally nothing going on. If the weed fucks you up for a week, who cares? What does it do?
Weed doesn't make me chill though. It does the opposite effect. It's like saying, hey man, go ahead and do a bunch of meth. You don't have to work, because that's what weed does to me. It makes it like I'm on meth.
Dallas, I'm just bringing up stuff you had already agreed to previously, and it's now taken effect. I don't know. Here's
let me see all these comments. I want to see all these poop and.
It's the worst Air Max 90 I've ever seen. John King. Oh, Dirty DJ. Look better than at first glance. There you go, Dal. Best part is the Bodega logo on the tongue. Neighborhood.
Okay, that's true.
Oh, Joey Magana, very underrated comment here. Those Sauconys are what I would imagine Bear Grylls would wear if he was into sneakers.
Philly Mayor says, Dal, how are you going to sanitize your sanitizing spray bottle? I got a perfect answer for you. Right when I bought these from a convenience store like 2.5 weeks ago, I brought them home, and everything that walks into the door, either by me or by itself, we sanitize with a disinfectant spray. We just got Instacart today. We had all of our groceries outside. We open them out there. We bring them in. We sanitize them. We wipe them down. Then we put them in the refrigerator. If we get curbside food, we bring it all home. We sanitize all the boxes. And then we also put it in the fucking microwave to nuke the son of a bitch before we actually eat the food that's in there.
Are you actually getting all your stuff from Instacart? Like, what's the deal here?
Oh, dude, Instacart and I should say Instacart and Robin. I let her take the reins on that, and she just asked me what I want. So thankful to Robin. But today was the only miss that we've had for Instacart. We haven't been canceled on. We haven't had issues. They do a pretty good job communicating, and that depends on the actual shopper that you get. But anytime there's something out, which happens a lot right now, they'll text us and say, hey, would you have this? Would you rather have this? Versus them just grabbing it and saying it's all good. There's been good communication so far. The only thing that was wrong today was I wanted some Chewy Chips Ahoy cookies, the soft ones. You know which ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Them shit's like crack.
The soft ones. They got those the hard ones you got to dip in milk.
Not only did they get hard ones, they got some shit with fucking coconut on them. Dude, oof. I absolutely fucking hate coconut. I wouldn't eat coconut if it was the last fucking thing on my table. Coconut is literally the worst topping of all time. It is the worst ingredient of all time. It is the worst tasting shit of all time. I hate coconut. So hopefully Robin.
I'm with you. I don't like coconut either. Yeah, I'm not.
Coconut's the worst.
I wouldn't eat it either. I'd let it sit there and die.
Oh man, coconut water. I hate that. Coconut, dude. It's not good.
We did. Dude, we've been going to the store. So we're like,
Have
all
you
right, let's
still?
do this. We had been. So we're like, oh, let's do this. Yeah, not Instacart, but click list. King Supers, you can just do click list.
Yeah.
So like, oh, let's do click list. Never will I do click list again. I'm just gonna go to the store. It was the worst, bro. But not only do we do click list, we get there. There's no spots. They only have 4 or 5 spots open in the place. So you can only you got to pull in. You can't call the number until you get in one of those spots. So I called before. I was like, yeah, we're over here in the parking lot. We're behind one of the things. She's like, oh, you got to wait until you get in one of the 4 spots. So you got to get there, call the number, tell them which spot you're in. Then they bring out your order that you used on the app or that you put it on the app. So first of all, we're playing musical chairs with our car, just waiting for someone to come out, then racing around the parking lot, trying to get in before another person gets the space. That's a nightmare. We finally get in our space. They bring our groceries out. And we only have half of our shit because if they don't have it in stock, you don't get it. Well, they don't tell you beforehand. It doesn't tell you on the app that they're not going to have your shit. It's just when they're going to fill your order, if they don't have the shit, they don't bring it. So we end up having to make another trip to the store today to go get everything we didn't get. It just ended up being more of a hassle than just going to the store. So I'm not 75 years old. I'm just going to the store. Not dealing with that anymore. I don't give
That's
a shit.
The thing that sucks is like the
Nightmare.
concept is so great of having all of your groceries delivered, but it's like they need a better inventory system because every time I add something to the cart, it's like, okay, the inventory is running low, pick an approved replacement.
Backup item or something.
It's like, I don't want a backup item. I want that. And then like shoppers are inconsistent. Like sometimes you get a good one and it's like, I know people are risking their lives and they're going out there trying to make a living, but it's like, it's just not consistent enough. I can't have a whole list and like half of the stuff gets picked and half of it doesn't, or they just, sometimes they'll text you and sometimes they'll just grab something similar. And then you got to go deal with customer service. And that was really my issue, was more so the customer service of Instacart. It was like, took forever to get a hold of them. They made you like call through the app instead of like calling a number. It was just weird. And I just waited on hold. They're supposed to let you like add items to your order before somebody starts shopping. So I tried to do that and it like created a whole separate order with another delivery charge and like a whole nother, time slot. And I'm like, can you guys just combine them? And they refused. They're like, no, we can't combine them. You got to cancel all of them and basically start over. So I was like, you know what, just cancel everything. I'm done with you guys.
Dang.
Just either I'll just use Walmart or like you said, I'll just go to the grocery. It's not.
Dang.
Yeah. That's what I'm in. That's what I'm doing.
Sorry for your experience, fellas. Mine's been okay so far, but yeah, like I said, I mean, these things happen, but neighborhood brings up an interesting take. And I could take this the wrong way and be like, oh, neighborhood, screw you. But, I think his point is valid. He says, not judging, but isn't paying someone to take the risk for you just as bad as the prevention of spreading the virus? And I think that's a great point. Yeah. Like even in my little gratitude journal today, I actually wrote something about that. I'm grateful for these individuals who are risking being essential, yet still getting paid. Now, I have Instacart. I could be doing Instacart. I could be complaining about money. I could be out there putting myself at risk. But for me, it's not necessary. I don't have to do that. I choose not to do that. Now, if somebody chooses to do that and work and need to make that money, I could spin it either way. They need to make money. They have no other job. This is their job. This is what they're doing. They choose to be doing that, or they have to be doing that. So it's probably necessary that I supply them with work to do. So any way you want to spin it, you can. But yeah, I do feel bad about that. And I am grateful. As I said in my gratitude journal, I said, hey, I'm grateful that Robin and I have groceries delivered today. I never want to put anybody at risk. I hate to put them, their family at risk, but it is nice not having to go to the grocery store. So bless them. Who knew that you could be this excited for groceries? That's my entry. So it doesn't go without being said that I am concerned for people out there, for this corona to be done. I don't want to put anybody at risk, but they're grown-ass adults. They have to make money. They're doing what they have to do for their family. And I'm supplying work. And for some odd reason, I feel okay about that. That's why
it's definitely is contributing to the economy. I mean, they lost a source of income probably from another way, so they're doing this and
could be
keeps the economy going. But I almost think like a lot of people are saying, Tom Yee said he was scared to go out for almost a month, couldn't take it anymore, so now he's been going out. I feel like I was a little bit more worried about going out before because people weren't wearing masks. People weren't like really thinking about it too much. But now I almost feel like it's safer now. Like if everybody's mandated to wear a mask, I'm hearing like some stores aren't letting people in if they don't have a mask. Yeah, I almost feel more comfortable going out now than I did, like a month ago.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Some good stuff in the chat. Joey Magana, TTF with the Taoism. Anxiety. LOL. Is anxiety not a thing? My bad, bro. But you just touched the sanitizer, Dow. So is it going back into quarantine, Philly Mayor?
Yeah. What are you going to do about that? Like, typically I'll spray my hand on one side and then kind of lightly graze whatever I have that's sanitizing. I mean,
look, man, everything's dying. The bacteria is dying. The virus is dying.
Control what you can control. I'm trying to control everything that I can. That's all.
Chris J, I'm still laughing at Dow going in on coconut. Everyone was loving that, Dow.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Hey,
Dow.
I use too many curse words. I apologize for that, John King. But I wanted to let everybody know, sometimes you got to be passionate. The quarantine brings the passion out of people sometimes, I guess. What do you want me to do?
Kicks down under. Dow with the coconut heel turn. I love that comment. That is good shit. I like
some
that.
Wrestling. I wouldn't have known that if I wouldn't have tuned into the Most Underrated podcast. I wouldn't know heel turn.
If you wouldn't have tuned in.
Thank you.
Dow is going to
podcast.
kill those coconut cookies after the cast on Monday.
Shit.
He is. He's going to be all smoked, just killing the cookies all high.
Wow, there's so many good comments right now.
I did it all for the cookie. Yeah.
Justin Cred says, Dal is the new Howie. Gonna start calling him Mandal.
Oh, nice. Mandal.
Because Howie hates shaking people's hands and stuff. He always has the sanitizer on deck and all that.
He does. He gives a lot of elbows on America's Got Talent. Gives elbows.
Skinner says
Law switched. Yeah.
Down Law switched outlooks.
Oh wow.
It's kind of true.
Oh wow.
That is true.
Oh, that is. Oh, real quick, while you're reading those, check this out. I forgot to show you. This made the shoe purchase worth it. Look what Bodega sent with the shoes.
Oh, a sanitizer.
It's their own marketed Bodega hand sanitizer with the Biohazard logo on the front. Pretty sick. Yeah. So thank you, Bodega. That was worth
just for free with the purchase, huh?
Yeah. Fuck the hikers. That Bodega hand sanitizer clutch. That is probably worth $50 right there. So in theory, I paid under $100 for these shoes. I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Thank you.
Let's do this. Let's wrap up the cast. There's a couple more, just like two more little things I wanted to get to really quickly. The first one is Vince McMahon. Did you see the week that this guy has had?
I did a little bit, yeah. His company was deemed essential down there in Florida, and all of the sudden, which you think everything's okay, there's a multitude of layoffs and furloughs with his company. Mm-hmm. Am I correct with that?
Well, it's not only what went on with the layoffs and everything within the WWE. It's the XFL closing down.
That's true.
So the XFL filing for bankruptcy, which WWE owns a percentage of the XFL, which they tried to say they didn't and cover up the fact that WWE didn't own the XFL or own any part of it. So that was a huge issue there. That came out. Not a good look for Vince. What else happened with Vince this week besides that? Oh, he's now advising Trump. Did you see that?
Oh, geez. He is? Oh,
dude,
not good.
So Vince McMahon got named with like Bob Kraft, Mark Cuban, a couple other people, dude, sports owners. He put them on this like special advisory committee, and they're going to be advising him in reopening the country.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, I love wrestling and I love Vince, but the guy just filed for bankruptcy and lost XFL. I mean, or the XFL, one of his companies just went under, and you got him advising the country on economics and reopening.
Oh, that doesn't. Yeah.
Go ahead, Jalal.
He named like all the sports people. It was interesting. He named like Roger Goodell, Mark Cuban, but I don't think he mentioned Adam Silver, but he mentioned like all the sports people. And I think their goal is really to just get sports back going. Like that's their part of the task force.
Mm-hmm.
Trump is like, hey, I'm tired of watching baseball. And then he corrected himself real quick. He's like, but I haven't had time to watch any baseball. You know, I watch one at bat and then I get.
He says, I'm tired of watching 14-year-old games. Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. So Vince is in the limelight there. In addition to all this stuff, the episode I've talked about Dark Side of the Ring on here before, the show on Vice. Well, the season is now fully underway. They opened the season with the 2-part series on Chris Benoit, and now they've had the New Jack episode. They had the Brawl for All episode, and then they just had the Jimmy Snuka episode on Tuesday night. And this is a very interesting episode because this dropped Tuesday night, and in the episode, it accuses Vince McMahon of being involved with the murder of Jimmy Superfly Snuka's girlfriend, Nancy Argentino, in 1983. Not only being involved in the murder, but covering it up, helping to cover it up. And they're big time allegations, but according to the documentary, very well supported. And dude, Jimmy Snuka got away with this crime until 2015. He was finally convicted of this. You got to check out the documentary, but he was finally convicted of in 2015. And then the charges were dismissed because they found Snuka incompetent to stand trial. And he later passed away, like maybe a year or two later after that. But anyway, crazy shit. So you got so to recap, you got the XFL thing. You got Vince covering up murders in the 80s for wrestlers that are working for his company. You got him having to lay off a ton of wrestlers and employees at the WWE. You have him now advising Trump all this week, all within a week. This is his week. And then you also have, to finish it off, they're continuing to wrestle, and now they've been deemed an essential business. That kind of came out the end of last episode. But I looked a little bit more into this, and I was talking to Saint Skinner a little bit about it. We were kind of going back and forth, and I was like, dude, I don't know why he's pushing so hard to continue wrestling during the pandemic. Like, why does this need to continue? Why can't you have plenty of content? You have plenty of stuff to show. You have plenty of things you can put up on these programming slots. You don't need to have there. Is that your dog, Dallas? Jesus.
Oh, you heard him? That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, the camera switched.
Wow.
Yeah. It was.
I didn't think the sick Mike would pick it up. Yeah, he's barking his ass off.
Okay. So I look up and I do a little bit of research, and here's the deal with the WWE and them continuing to wrestle. Per Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, Vince McMahon has deals with both USA and Fox, and they allow for a limited number of taped episodes, which WWE may have already reached. Airing more taped episodes would violate the respective agreements and give room for the networks to modify or cancel television deals. As of now, McMahon is still willing to put his performers at risk in order to keep the current contracts rolling. So that is the big issue right there for Vince McMahon. It's the fact that the television contracts, and I'm not sure, after the initial surge of WWE on Fox when they first came out with SmackDown, I think the ratings have dipped quite a bit, substantially, I would dare to say. And I think he's worried that Fox would negate that contract and cancel that contract if they don't meet the public or the live show demands that the contract calls for. So that's why they're pushing. I've been kind of giving Vince a lot of shit because I think it's just stupid, as have a bunch of wrestlers, dude. We talked about Roman Reigns backing out of WrestleMania.
Yep.
We talked about a couple other wrestlers backing out of or some other top performers not wanting to compete on the stuff that's going on currently. And how can you blame them? they have families. It's like these people talk about these sports coming back and baseball and, we'll just put them in a bubble. NBA, we'll just play the whole thing in Vegas and we'll have them in a bubble. These are human beings. They're not robots, man. They have families. They have people that they care about. They have to go back and forth. They have situations. I mean, what if one of these guys wants to go see the birth of their child? They're not allowed to go do that and then come back. Like what? I don't understand. it. But now, I mean, this makes more sense. His back's against the wall.
Right.
Kind of like what I was saying with StockX. Maybe their back's against the wall with investors and they're just like, hey, we need to appease these investors with this amount of money. We're going to be short on the next quarter. And this is what we got to do to make it up. Vince is kind of doing the same thing, just pushing forward with no audience, doing live shows because they have to. So
that's crazy. Yeah. That's one hell of a week for Vince McMahon.
The last thing I want to close on here, Dal, have you seen the All In Challenge?
Yes, I have. I don't really know what it's all about, but I caught Tony Hawk's Instagram and then Justin Timberlake. And I think he challenged Tiger Woods and I don't remember else, but yeah, I did see an All In Challenge. Yes.
So the All In Challenge is a benefit, and 100% of the money raised will be donated to benefit these food companies to help feed America. Meals on Wheels, No Kid Hungry, America's Food Fund, World Central Kitchen, and Feeding America. All 100% of the proceeds from these things will be donated to those charities. So that's pretty cool, right? Check this out. Some of the stuff that you can win. And dude, a lot of this stuff is raffled off. So, or actually all of it's raffled off, but bids start at different things. So for example, you can join Jimmy Kimmel's live band on stage. You can enter to win a chance. So these it's $10 for an entry. I think you get like $25 for 2 entries, 4 entries for 100, 10 entries for 200. Raffles, basically like raffle tickets. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think it's participants. They can buy 10 entries for $10 and up to 200 entries for $200 at max.
Oh, it's $1 an entry.
Yeah, $1 entry essentially. Yeah, essentially.
There you go. So some of these things include fly on Air Drake and party in LA with Drizzy and score tickets to the Drizzy show.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about a walk-on role in a Scorsese film with DiCaprio and De Niro?
That would be tight.
That's crazy, dude. You just win that?
You need that one.
You can just win that? That is sick.
This is your moment.
Do they already have a film like being in the works?
It doesn't say.
Some of the stuff seems kind of like conditional.
Look at this one. Be in Kevin Hart's next movie. Bang. Golf at Pebble Beach with Justin Timberlake and Bill Murray. Is that something you might be interested in? Dal.
Shit, I need that one. Yeah.
Dal, I think that's the one you got to go for. Or you might be a little bit more interested in this one, Dal. Justin Bieber comes to your house and sings One Less Lonely Girl.
Oh, I need that one. Yeah. Justin Bieber's going to fly to me. You know what? If he does, that would be tight. And he needs to bring his clothing line. Do you know anything about his clothing line? Drew company?
No, I don't know anything.
So his clothing line is called Drew. Very simple, very almost 90s driven. Like he's bringing corduroy shorts, corduroy pants. It's got a real baggy fit to it, but the hoodies are really cool. He does some embroidery on some of them. He does screen prints on some of them. Check out Drew clothing from Justin Bieber after we get out of here. But as long as he brings a good supply of Drew clothing and sings that to me, I'm all in.
I'm all in. You're in. That's what I like to hear, Dal, because this is the all-in challenge.
I'm all in. I knew it.
What about Tampa Bay Buccaneers home opener invite with Tom Brady? You get to watch the game from the field and kick it with Tom inside the locker room beforehand, and he gives you the Tom Brady game-worn jersey and Under Armour cleats.
Oh, that's a nice one. I'd love to have the goats cleats and jersey. Check this one out. How about Sierra and Russell Wilson offering a double date that you have to win with them? I think that would be great for Robin and I to have a double date with Russ and Sierra.
I like that.
Does Robin like Sierra's music?
I don't think so, but I think you damn
she
well
does,
know,
guy.
Because you and Russ are going to be chopping it up about sports, and
for sure,
they're going to have something to connect about.
I think they'd be fine. I mean, they can talk about family. I think Sierra and Russell just did a gender reveal. Did you see that on Instagram? They shot like these like cannons of color, and they're having a boy. Sorry to ruin the surprise if you didn't know, but I think Robin and her can talk about family and shit. Russ, I trust. I'm talking about, yo, why did you let Pete Carroll tell you to fucking throw the ball? Why didn't you send it to Marshawn, get him in the end zone? You could be another Super Bowl champion. I want to talk about that a little bit, but I'm sure it'd be a great dinner date.
Dude, some of these are really absurd. Like, it's one thing to be in Kevin Hart's next movie. Okay, what's the role going to be? You could be the fucking cab driver. Who cares? You know, a walk-on role in a Scorsese DiCaprio film. Same thing. Cool. You could be the guy, the busboy that walks up and delivers him a pizza, and he degrades you for a second. You get a couple lines. You know, whatever. But this one here, what are the stipulations on this? I mean, this is months of work. Direct a movie with Jonah Hill.
Oh, wow.
Like, what? You just got to take off from your job and this is your new life now? Are you getting paid? What do you mean direct a movie? We're talking about a year.
That's pretty sick.
That's a lot of work there. How does that play out? Oh, dude, we have a lot of East Coast listeners, a lot of Philly fans. Design a play call at a Philadelphia Eagles game, huh?
Ooh.
What do you think about that?
Man.
Get to call play? Design a play call?
I'd have to bring the oop-de-oop.
I'd have to
bring the oop-de-oop.
I'd bring the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Don't blame you for that one.
You know that one?
That's a great one. Little Giants, absolutely.
You know that one, Jalal?
I don't remember it, no.
Dang, you don't remember the icebox and the annexation of Puerto Rico?
You don't remember the icebox? Oh, bro.
Hot Hands Haney?
You don't remember Hot Man's Hanen?
Hot Hands Hanen?
Oh, dude. Come on, Jalal. Speaking of Giants, coin toss at a New York Giants game and dinner with Eli Manning. Check that out. You get to have dinner with the guy who's not even on the roster anymore.
Yeah.
Great times.
The most boring guy on the planet. Sounds awesome.
No, I think he's all right. He's probably better off screen. I mean, it's hard to live up to Peyton.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Dude, what about this one? Travel. Where's Pena when you need him? Travel with the 49ers for an away game. That would be ill.
Oh, that'd be cool.
On the team plane.
Oh, dude, I'd be hanging out with George Kittle. I'd be hanging out with George Kittle all the time. You would be talking about wrestling with that fool. That fool is in with wrestling.
I know, dude. That would be.
Hey, the Philly mayor says, I got the perfect play. Dallas Doghouse. That'd be a serious play. Franchise must have had brisket. Did he drop off?
He must have had brisket. He had to run to the bathroom. Neighborhood said, so Skinner says that I'm too young. Neighborhood said that was 1994. No excuse. That was literally a year after I was born.
You were 1 year old on the Little Giants. Oh my God, that's the craziest thing ever.
But I'm pretty sure. Like, I feel like I've seen it. Like my brothers are watching it, but I was way young, so I don't remember nothing. Do you think his phone died?
It's hard telling because I thought he did a little switcheroo, but maybe
he probably didn't check the battery on the new one either.
Yeah, it says Thomas the franchise McMillions left the chat.
Oh, so. He just rejoined, so I had to admit him.
Oh, did he?
See if he pops up here.
Thomas G says, geez, I feel old as hell now. Knowing that Jalal was 1 year old. Hey, welcome back, man. Good to have you back, big guy.
Sorry, guy. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Turn your
My phone. Camera's messed up.
Yeah.
Do you have a orientation lock on? Oh, there you go.
All right, cool. Let me set my dang, bro. You guys
what
stop
happened?
For a second. I gotta readjust. My phone died.
Oh, that's what I thought it was.
But that was quick though. I re-switched it. Hold up. Let me turn on some lights. Let me adjust my phone real quick and we can I guess we're about to get out of here anyway, but
yeah, let's just get the hell out of here. Shit.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah, DJ Crush, man, he's in the chat finally. I've been telling that guy, like, hey, when are you going to be in a live feed, fool? This guy hits me up in the DMs all the time asking about the new Yeezys and shit. He's got a stream, I think, that he's doing this Saturday. He's a pretty big time DJ. He does a lot of club DJing. So I think he has a stream. I believe it's 2:00 this weekend on Saturday, and that's probably 2:00 Eastern time. He can change that in the chat, but check him out. He's a big time club DJ. He's a big supporter of the cast. So we appreciate him.
Oh, man, I
did just think about something. The Yeezy slides dropped. Did either of you guys pick those up?
No. Awful.
I need a pair. I need those because I just want them. They don't look that great, but I just want a pair. Any slides, man. I need, especially Yeezy slides. I got to feel for myself.
I got you the Boost slides, and they were disappointing.
I've been rocking the Boost slides pretty much every day. The Boost slides are in regular rotation.
Do they get any better?
Yeah, they're not as stiff. I just go grab the mail lately because I haven't been wearing any sneakers. So I'll walk down a couple blocks.
I just go and grab the mail.
I don't know that one. What's that one?
No. Okay, now lately.
They're good for actually like I said, if you're gonna be actually walking for a while. Boost slides are definitely better than the Cloud Foams. The Cloud Foams are my like lounging slides.
I think that was the impression that everyone just gave it a quick first impression. They just slipped their foot in it. We're like, oh, Cloud Foams are better. Boost slides trash.
Boost slides suck.
So that's why I was wondering from someone that's actually using the Boost slides.
Yeah. Well, as a matter of fact, they're better. Neighborhood says if Jalal says they are comfortable, I'll cop. And then Jurosal says, yeah, because Jalal's the slide god.
Is he talking about the Boost slides?
I guess I don't. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. No,
if you're
I think he's talking about the Yeezys.
Yeezys,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about the
Yeezys.
What size do you need
if they're
those,
comfortable
Jalal?
or not. I don't know. Are they? I gotta look at a sizing review or something. Do they fit big?
I heard they're true to size.
Okay, then
true to size.
I need a 10.
Oh, you need a 10?
Yeah, not are they full sizes or what?
We know that you wear kid shoes. You can buy your shoes at fucking Kids Foot Locker. Stop playing. You don't need no 10. That's my size.
I'm a 9.5. If they're half sizes, I'll take a 9.5. But if not, I just go up one. I'd rather have a little bit of room than it'd be too tight.
I don't know about that. What color?
Sorry, I'm just looking through these experiences.
I don't care. I'll take whatever.
Take them all. You don't want that bone? I think the bone colorway is probably the
bone is cool.
The better one out of all of them.
Did somebody say the black is coming out? Black slides coming? Oh, are those already out? But he just ordered them.
I don't know. I'm not for sure. I don't pay attention to slides too much, man. Slides are, I don't know, man. I have the Kith Coke ones, and that's what I've been taking to like Vegas. Now that I can't go to Vegas nor go to the pool of any sort, unless it was your own pool. I don't really wear slides. I have the Boost slides in size 10 still dead stock, so eventually I'll wear those, but I'm not really a slide guy. I like to have my whole foot, like even with my UGG slippers that I wear that I'm just beating the shit out of. That's all I wear here lately. I just like most of my foot covered. I don't know. It's one of those things. That's why I have soft feet. And Robin doesn't hate me in bed.
The slides drop in all three colors, or I've seen 3 different colorways. Did they all drop or only one of them?
I think the 3 colorways dropped today.
Gotcha. I was just curious. I'm like you. I'm not checking for slides like that.
Yeah, slides.
Who cares? Yeah, I think there's 3 colors. It's like the olive, the bone. Those aren't I don't even know if those are the official names, but
Jalal,
I don't think that it's
Thomas Yee says. Thomas Yee says, I think the resin color are still sitting on Yeezy supply.
Which one are the resin?
I don't know. Probably darker because resin's dark, right? I would think it's a little darker.
Man, they look ugly as hell though. From that side shot is so ugly, but
I know, dude. That's the promo shot too. They look like some cheap, like little sandals that you would see in a foreign country, like just some real cheap. Some
bathroom. Those are bathroom sandals for sure.
Bathroom, like some shit. Yeah, you'd put on to go get the table shower and shit.
Yeah, they look like Japanese bathroom.
There you
slides. I don't know.
There you go. Cool, fellas. All right. Well, on that note,
what do you have for dinner, franchise?
We're making. Actually, we were gonna make tortilla. I think she still is chicken tortilla soup.
Chicken tortilla soup. That sounds pretty good, man.
Yeah,
Especially
dude,
since we have 2 inches of snow outside. It's cold as a bunch of dicks out there.
Yeah,
I think that sounds like a great meal.
Crock pot. It's been cooking since this afternoon. Maybe fry up some quesadillas. Have a couple quesadillas with the chicken tortilla soup. Ching chang, sling slang, bing bang. Maybe some tortilla chips. You're good to go.
Dang.
Real quick, Thomas E says those are prison flip flops. I have a theory that when this corona gets really bad, we're gonna have the government issued sneaker is gonna be the Yeezy. We're all just gonna get a government issued pair of Yeezys and a Yeezy outfit.
Well, if it's anything like my direct deposit, I'm not getting shit. So
tell them, Dal.
Cool.
It's gonna come via Amazon drone delivery.
Wow,
that's funny. That's funny.
Tell them to not forget my scotch.
All right, please.
All right, fellas. Dal, are we Jalal, I'm getting you guys some weed over the weekend for the 420 holiday.
What you should do, I don't need any weed, but you should, when you go to Dow's, pick up my mixer, and then you should bring that to me so I can get some music going.
You have to have all right.
If you're making that trip, you can come back. If you're passing by, just grab that mixer for me.
If Dal's serious, I don't want to put Dal I don't want to make him feel too crazy.
I think we might have some weed here at the house that's like 2 or 3 years old. I could hit that up.
Oh, that's not good.
What are you talking about?
That might cause some other problems.
It just changed chemistry over that time. I'm sure it's just as good. Might be a little dry.
Oh, dude, I wish the quality. I wish I could show you the quality of this stuff. Oh man, the stuff that we just got. I wish I could show you the quality.
What is it? Not going to show a hybrid? Is it a hybrid? What do you got?
I have both. We have quite a bit of quality over there.
I would say you have quality control over there.
Yeah. So, and there's some more quality up on. There's some more material up on the top shelf here as well. So we got whatever you need. Hybrid, indica, sativa. You need whatever you need. I got it, my guy.
Gotcha.
Don't worry.
Well, I'll say I'm a hybrid guy. I'll leave that with you.
Okay.
I'm a hybrid guy. If you're gonna do
anything, Danny B says Dal has too much in GOAT credit to get a stimulus check. They checked your GOAT account before they sent that out.
That's funny as shit.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. He ain't lying.
All right, fools. We'll see you guys on 420 on Monday.
All right, later, guys.
All right, later, man.
See you fools later.